Welcome to Cosmic Channels. Open minds on cosmic lines. To call in to future episodes, the number is 1-833-703-0424. The show is recorded live the second and fourth Sunday of every month. Please subscribe to Alien Theorist Theorizing on YouTube to watch it live, or patreon.com/Alien Theorists Podcast to watch on demand. The Cosmic Channels are open.
Woo! I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Andrew, and I feel fucking great.
Me too.
Nice and healthy.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties.
I can taste this. This beer tastes so good.
We can only say that the technical difficulties we faced were directly connected to me and Zell having COVID-19. And Zell has passed it to the computer.
I
It's
believe
jumped to the digital form.
I believe it's transcended into the digital form.
We are living the plot from Zombies versus Robots.
Yeah, welcome to COVID Channels this week.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
COVID channelers channeling.
Special COVID edition of Cosmic Channel.
Zell and I both tested positive for COVID-19. So we're both a couple days into our quarantine. It's a little rough. You know, it's for me, I'm not shitting in buckets, but it's not bad.
Not showering in the backyard while your neighbors watch.
I'm feral right now. Shit outside. Shower outside. I live in the studio. But
You know
what?
He's going to start growing his tusks out, and that's going to get, the hair's going to get longer and more bristly.
The show must go on, and we got our first caller of the night. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing pretty good. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sage, and I live in New Hampshire.
Thanks, Sage.
So my husband's been watching you guys for a long time, and you talk about paranormal stuff, and I've got some stories, particularly a very scary one from when I was a young teenager.
Oh, skip that one then.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go for
that's the one
no
we
scary
want.
ones. Let's
That's
skip
the one
that
we want right there.
Let's go for something PG.
Okay. PG.
No,
No, we want that. We want the
PG.
scary one.
we want the
Rainbows, butterflies.
murder ghost is what we want.
Murder ghost. Okay. So when I was 13, I had left the Catholic religion that I was forced into from a very young age. And I started dabbling with the witchcraft. And I somehow ended up summoning portals. And so I would start drawing these crazy drawings of like demons. And I had no clue what I was doing. So from that point on, there would be like shadow people that would stand in the corner of my room at night. And I had no clue what I was doing. So that would follow me around. And like when I would lay in my bed, you remember being a kid and you'd pull the blanket over your head because you'd think someone's standing there? Yeah, that was like real life. And I swear to God, something laid on me.
Oh, okay. Before we get to that, so you said you drew demons. Like what did they come out looking like?
They would have, one in particular had like horns on its head and these huge black eyes and like no distinct facial features. It was just all like one black mass, you know?
And you would just draw these all the time?
Oh my God, yeah. It got to a point where my mom, she would find them because they were plastered all over my room. She would take them. She'd be like, yo, what the hell are these? And she would burn them. I personally feel like that made it worse.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. My God, craziest time of my life. So after that point, yeah, that's when I started having those shadow people that would just sit in my room. And I'd start having sleep paralysis from it.
Did this happen while you were awake or just when you're sleeping?
When I was sleeping, and then during the day is when I would see all the different shadows.
Daytime shadow
and it's
figures.
like they would sneak up on me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
common.
that's how I knew it was legit, you know?
Now, during the day, what shape, like how big we talking here? Are we talking like monstrous or?
I'm talking like 7-8 feet because we live in a pretty big house, you know, and they would just fill up the whole doorway space.
Fuck.
Do you still see them, or did that stop?
That stopped because I think I had dealt with it for well over a year, and at that point I was like, okay, there's some fuck shit going on, and I gotta do something to fix it, you know? So I became more spiritualistic, and I believe that I undid all of that because clearly I'm here and nothing bad has happened to me.
You didn't get
so
dragged.
by that, do you mean like you called the Ghostbusters or what?
No, I was the Ghostbuster.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't get dragged down to hell, so you got out of it.
No, exactly. But there were times that definitely felt like I was about to.
Fuck. Weird. Now, I think we got a lot of people waiting. So what's your theory on that? What do you think that was? Do you think that was legit demons from another realm, or?
I think it was like demons conspiring with shadow people. Like, I don't know if those are two separate entities or if they could just morph into shadow people, but it was just a whole room of negativity, like worst thing you could ever imagine, never want to happen in your life.
Yeah, definitely not.
Sounds terrifying.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's nuts.
Wish we would have went with the PG version.
Yeah, we should have went with the PG version.
Well, you guys should have listened to me. Come on.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you guys.
Yeah, if you got more stories, call back another time.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, shit. Daytime shadow figures?
Close. It was getting close to the Dream Police were almost sounding. I was like, I was about to raise the alarms, and she's like, daytime. I was like,
daytime. It's good.
Daydreaming?
You got me.
All right, we got another caller. Oh. What did I just do?
Uh-oh.
Hang up on him?
I think I just hung up on him by accident. That's my bad. Call back real quick before someone else takes your spot. I blame the COVID, all right? COVID brain.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's true,
That's a real
man.
thing.
It's true.
Yep.
It's real.
It's a real
thing.
Computer's got it. I got it.
It's
travesty over here. Yeah, I can't
You're
fucking
rattled. God, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. A couple days of shit in a bucket would do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only been a couple days.
Having to deal with that poop bag.
Yeah, that'll be the true test. All right. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey, am I on?
You are.
Hey, okay. So, one, I'm a professional Rainbow Six Siege player. I've been trying to play Apex with you guys, but other than that, I got a story to tell you.
Awesome. Make sure to send your gamer tag. We're bad at remembering. So, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
The boys have lots of time to play video games with you.
No, it's real. I've talked to Braden before. Anyways.
Oh,
okay,
hey,
so,
you're the guy that plays on PS4, right? Or PS5?
No, I play on PC.
PC? Oh, then yeah, just add us on Steam.
Yeah, I've added you guys, but...
Oh, then I just haven't
I'm
been
ready
on.
to carry you guys on Apex too. So, anyway, I have a story from my mother. My mother, it was in the 80s, okay? So she was hanging out in the woods in southern Florida.
Okay.
Nothing good happens.
Nothing good happens.
So she was hanging out in the woods in southern Florida. And it was just like a normal day, you know, like hanging out, like four-wheeling, you know, things like that. And when it got dark, overhead in the woods, it was just like a bright light that lit up everything. Like it was like daylight. And she said that she saw this like UFO come over, lit up everything like it was daylight. And then it just shut off real quickly. And she could see it move to the right. And then it lit up again. And then it just shut off. And then she could see the shadow move like real quick, left, right, and then it disappeared. And then the morning news, two fishermen actually reported that same sighting.
Shit.
And I've been asking her this since I was a kid, and her story never changes. She's like really into UFOs. She's like really into like aliens and everything that I am into. And it's never changed. And it's just something that like has just been like told from when I was a kid. I've tried looking up, like newspaper reports and all that stuff, but I haven't been able to find anything on it just because it's very hard. I mean, it's so old, but she's said the same story over and over again, and I really do believe it.
So she's seen a glowing UFO. It seemed to light up, go out, light up again, go out again.
Nighttime to daytime.
And then kind of traversed across the sky.
It lit up like it was nighttime, yeah. So like I looked into it, and like they call it like kilowatt UFO sightings.
Kilowatt UFO. Okay. Write that down.
Like that's what like they classify like a certain UFO into like what they call like a kilowatt, where it like lights up the area.
Gotcha.
Like a big glowing ball. And she said that it was literally nighttime to daytime when it actually lit up. Like I wish I had more to talk about, but this is what she has explained to me as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
And it was just like two fishermen they were the ones that like actually reported to the newspaper. I wish I could find that newspaper. I've tried finding it. I couldn't find it, but she was very detailed about it, and she's never changed her story. So, and she's not one of those people that are like quick to, jump to conclusion, jump to, this is paranormal or anything. And she stands by that, and she doesn't understand what it was. And
was it a local newspaper article?
So it was in Cocoa, Florida. If you guys could find
Florida.
that would be great.
Cocoa,
Florida.
Cocoa, Florida, and
well, who knows?
Does she remember? She said was it on? Like, did you say it was in the newspaper, like the local newspaper, or it was on TV, like a local news report?
No, it was on the local newspaper for the Daily Sun.
Do you remember the name of the newspaper?
And it was the Daily Sun.
Daily Sun?
Daily Sun.
I've tried looking it up, and I couldn't quite find it. But they don't really have records from the 80s.
Have you checked with like the local library? Because usually they have copies.
No, I haven't. I actually live in Alabama now, so I'm not actually local.
You'll just have to do a lot of sitting and looking through.
Yeah, I mean, you could call the local library and probably figure out if they have some of the daily newspapers. They're usually pretty good at that stuff.
Next time I'm there in Cocoa, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that it could have been if it was mistaken, but it doesn't make sense, is some type of meteor but it lit up twice, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, and then this seeing the shadows and stuff move doesn't quite line up everything with the meteor.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's interesting. I'd have more follow-up questions, but you likely wouldn't be able to answer. We'd need to talk to your mom.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've asked her about this numerous times because I'm very interested in UFOs, and so is she.
Yeah.
After seeing what she had seen, and my dad actually was there at the party as well. And my dad, he's like roughneck, redneck, like doesn't believe in any of that stuff. But like if you ask him, he's just like, yeah, the sky lit up. I don't know what it is. Could have been a helicopter. Who knows? But the way my mom describes it, like it was daylight.
She's convinced it was a UFO.
The entire area lit up as if it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
So there's actually a library of Florida history in Cocoa, Florida. Like maybe you want to call them and check with them. Maybe they have the
we'll definitely give
the newspaper article.
Definitely give that a try. Yeah.
Yeah, if you find out the exact date and event, maybe we can look into it more.
Yeah. Or for anyone listening has ever seen something like what's being described, let us know.
All right, brother, we're going to keep rolling the lines here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care, man. Thanks for the call.
All right, thank you.
Right. Like a double light up UFO? Not enough information, though. It's hard to gauge.
I think a lot of people underestimate the amount of resources like local libraries have access to. Like if you call the library, like they usually will have papers and stuff like that. That's usually the places I would start with.
Yeah. Follow the maester. All right. Another caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey there, boys. It's Henry calling from Fortuna, land of the Sam Squatches.
Hey, Henry. Welcome back.
Good to be back. So tonight I have a short story about the time that a ominous figure chased me up my driveway.
Chased you up your driveway. Okay, let's change the music here to something more like a stalking werewolf. Let's try that. All right, let's do it.
So I am this was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm out front at my family's house where a whole bunch of weird stuff has gone down. And so our driveway from the street is like 35, 40 feet, and it's really steep. So our yard is kind of like plateaued, and then the last like 15 feet of our yard is just like a slope down to the street. So I'm at the top of the driveway. It's pitch black out. I just got home, or I might have gone outside, but I'm on the phone taking a call with my girlfriend. And so I'm in the middle of the driveway looking out towards the street, and to the right, if you go up the street, it's a cul-de-sac. So, you know, not many people come up our street because we're back in the foothills and it's a dead-end street. So there's no reason for really anybody to be up there that doesn't live up there.
Right.
So I'm just minding my own business, making my phone call, and I'm looking out towards the street, and something catches my eye from the right. And I'm like, that's weird. Something's moving. And I can kind of make out a silhouette of a figure close to our side of the street. But the problem is I can see the top of it, and the way our slope is angled and how far back I was up our driveway, it would have to be like, 7-8 feet tall for me to be able to see something walking on our side of the street if it's right on our side of the street.
Did that become apparent to you right away when you saw it in that moment as well? You're like,
yeah,
whoa.
Right away. I was like, this thing's really tall. What is this? And so this black figure is not only really freaking tall, but it's moving really freaking fast. And it doesn't have like too much depth to it. So it's not like something that's super wide. So I'm like, okay, it's not a car. And it looked like, the shape of a person, that width and, height, I guess, but taller. And the strangest thing was it's moving in like a laser focused straight line towards the bottom of our driveway. So the slopes are all rock. So it was making a beeline, and it wasn't bobbing at all. So it was almost as if someone was on a bike, but they had like, another 2 feet on them height wise, and they weren't making any noise, and they were going super fast. And it was kind of strange because even though it was dark out, I thought I would have been able to see some sort of details on it, but It was just jet black. And so I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm weirded out, but I'm not scared at this point. And so I'm just kind of unnerved, and it takes maybe 3 seconds for it to do the 30 feet of street before it gets to the bottom of the driveway. And during this time, I'm like, wait, what is this? And once it gets to the bottom of the driveway, I see a long ass leg start to round the corner at the bottom of the driveway. And that's all it took for me to be like, fuck that, no. And I haul ass to my front door, slam the front door, lock it. The whole time I'm still on the phone screaming because I'm like, that's not normal. Close the door. And that was that. And I would go on runs regularly through our neighborhood because it's such a chill place. I would go on runs only at night for the longest time, like 5-mile runs, 3-mile runs through our neighborhood at like 9:30, even 10 o'clock, just because I felt so comfortable, and the only wildlife I'd run into was deer.
Right.
Thank God you got your cardio with you. Jeez.
I did not run at night for a solid 2 years in our neighborhood. That's how creeped out this whole encounter made me.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
You said you'd seen no real features, like you couldn't identify, like it did it look like, did it have any like animalistic features, or did it more like a man, or?
No, nothing. It was just kind of like this amorphous black silhouette that was just kind of like, it almost looked like it wasn't bobbing. So I'm like, is this thing on like wheels? What's coming towards
Floating.
me? Like
It's Bigfoot.
It didn't look like it was, yeah, Bigfoot on a hoverboard or something. But when it rounded the corner, it was still kind of that like lack of definition, but I can tell it was like rounding the corner to come up the driveway towards me. And that's why I freaked out. And it was, our front floodlights were on, so I could see a little bit down the driveway. And so the fact that, I was like, okay, I can't see any shape when it was coming down the street, but I should have been able to see at least some definition when it started to come up the driveway, and I saw nothing. It was still like jet black and rounding the corner towards me.
And you didn't hear anything at your door after you got inside?
Tapping on the windows.
Oh, thank God your door wasn't locked. You would have done the key fumble like you see in all the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been horrifying.
Yeah, and I only had the front door cracked, and our front door like handle doesn't work, so you either have to go around the back of the house to get in or like open the garage. And so if that door had like closed itself from the AC or something, yeah, I would have died. Whatever was following me would have got me. That's horror movie stuff.
No kidding. Hey, before we let you go, what do you think it was? What's your theory?
I don't know, but I mean, like I've said before in previous calls, I live pretty close to a cemetery. Our house is definitely paranormally activated, as Andrew would say, and we've just seen a lot of weird shit and heard a lot of weird shit. So,
maybe Wendigo?
I wouldn't say, yeah, something creepy. That's all I know.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
I hate that moment of like dread where you're like, something's, you immediately can recognize that something's off. I've had that feeling before, and there's just nothing like it where you're like, something's off.
Yeah, for sure.
Terrifying. Terrifying
all right,
story.
well, thanks, boys, for having me.
Thanks, Henry.
Take care.
Right on, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Kind of reminds me, remember that episode of Buffy with the, I think they're called the Gentlemen? Those dudes, those bald guys with the smiles that just float.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's fucking spooky, man.
That was a good season.
Yeah, that was a good season.
That was a good season.
All right, we've got another caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well, brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Kenny, and I'm from LA.
From LA.
Los Angeles.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like Los Angeles.
Sounds like LA. You got sirens in the background.
Oh, yeah. So I'm at work right now, so yeah, there's a lot going on. But yeah, I think I was one of your guys' first callers too, but you guys were having some technical difficulties. So
I might have hung up on you there by accident. So thanks for calling back.
Oh no, yeah, no problem. So how you guys doing tonight, or is it nighttime there?
Yeah, same time zone as you, brother.
Yeah.
West Coast.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah.
Pretty well,
so
doing as well as one can do.
Yeah, one as well as what couple with COVID can do.
Right. You guys just let any type of stories, or
yeah, stories, theories.
How does it work?
Whatever you got for us.
Yeah, I got I guess you could say a supernatural / like cryptid situation that happened to me like years ago.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in the Philippines, and they're very superstitious there. They believe in ghosts, spirits, and all that type of stuff. And see, that's one thing too that I wanted to. It was so funny how you guys say it. We pronounce it aswang. That's how we pronounce it there. Yeah, aswang. Yeah, but yeah, so that's how we pronounce it there, and it's pretty scary stories that people came up with like aswang. But I have one where I was about 6 years old, and my house is not haunted, but wait, excuse me one second. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You said
oh, sorry. I thought I cut off right there.
Had to duck out of work there for a second, or?
Yeah. So yeah, I was about 6 years old, and I have a 2-story house back home, and where my living room is connected. My living room is a couple feet away, maybe 5 or 6 from the dining area. So I was about 12 at night, and I was watching TV. I was the only one up nighttime. I didn't believe in any ghosts at all, but I mean, I've heard of stories, so while I was watching TV at that time, from my, when you're looking straight, you can see from your peripherals, right?
Yep.
So I saw this figure, this figure where the figure almost looked like a white dress with hair covering in front of their face or something. That's how it looked like to me. But more of transparent, kind of like, I don't know, I know it's a cliche for ghosts, but it kind of reminded me of that girl from The Ring.
I was going to say The Ring, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen The Ring before that, so I had no clue why. I just saw that. So as I was watching TV, that figure kept popping up, and I was a little worried until I see it, not directly because I'm still looking at the TV, but it got closer and closer, And as it got closer, I feel this cold air on my feet, and it's humid in the Philippines. It's always hot, even during the winter, super hot. So it just gave me this cold, very cold breeze, And it freaked me out a little bit, and then it freaked me out when it got as close as it can to me, and my body froze for a couple seconds until I was paralyzed for a second. Until I pushed my body to run towards it and kind of just go up. I had a nanny, so I ran towards my nanny at that time, or maid. I'm sorry, maid. So that happened. I don't know what that was.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure that was a little. Yeah, it traumatized me as a young kid, and soon after that. I just went up to the second floor in my room, and I had I'm pretty sure it was about 2 a.m. at this time, and so that I was pretty shook still from that event. And so how at my windows there's light outside, but I'm looking at the wall, so I could see from the outside shadows passing by from the wall. And so I'm just thinking what happened, staring at the wall, and I could see the light coming in, and I saw this. You guys talked about this cryptid too before. It's called Manananggal, and it's half body, with half of their body, the upper body has wings, and they kind of fly off and separate from the bottom half of their body.
Oh,
you guys talked about it before.
What? That's fucking terrifying.
So that's the figure I saw on my wall flying across. I'm like, wow. So is that real? Because it was pretty big, and I know I've seen yeah. I mean, there's also bats size of I don't know, they're pretty big bats in the Philippines. Almost human size, actually, 4 feet, 5 feet, something like that.
You got the fruit bat,
so it might have
large
been,
fruit bats. So,
yeah, it might have been one of those, but from what I've known at that time, I know there was stories about those vampire half body flying around the Philippines, eating humans. Yeah, so
terrifying.
That happened right after. Yeah. Oh yeah, I still remember. So I'm 25 now. That happened about when I was 6 years old, and I know it wasn't a big deal then. But now that I think back, I've heard a couple stories that's similar to, my situation here on Cosmic Channel. So I was like, oh, gotta call mine in and tell my story.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Thanks for calling,
terrifying, man. Absolutely
It's
terrifying.
Yeah.
That way, if maybe someone will hear your story and have a similar one and want to call in as well.
Right, yeah. I'm barely catching up with the cosmic channels, and so I heard similar stories that were told before. So I was like, wow, gotta call in and see what's up. And also wanted to say what's up to you guys. Been listening to you guys for a while.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Glad you called.
Oh yeah, if you guys anytime you guys are in LA, first round's on me.
Right on.
And
we take those serious, so we'll mark you down on the list.
Of course.
It's obligated. It's now you signed the contract.
I don't forget.
Basically signed a blood pact just now.
It gets real awkward at the bar when I'm like, come on, man. You brought this up, not me. I'm not paying for these.
No, I'll definitely show you guys a good time anytime you guys are out in LA. So, big fan, like I said, and keep up the good work, guys.
Hey, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Just wanted to share my story.
Awesome.
All right, you guys have a good night. Enjoy, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
You too, man. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, there's some terrifying cryptids coming out of the Philippines. Tell you what.
Not going there.
Yeah.
It's actually a really nice country.
I'm sure it's amazing.
Not when people are splitting apart with wings and fucking.
You got
running apart.
Human-sized bats.
Yeah, no.
And cryptids that split in half and fly away. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The ring lady running around.
Yeah, I got the fucking ring lady popping out of your TV.
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't watch that VHS for a reason. I don't want nothing to do with that.
It'd be terrifying. You stand there, you see the silhouette looking at you, and then one half shoots into the sky, and the other one runs in the bushes, and I'd be like,
which way do you run?
Which way do you run? I'm dead.
Yeah, which way do you run? What do you do in that situation?
You got two of them now. They're in both directions. Where the fuck you going?
All right. Well, as we wait for another caller, let's just I'm gonna reset a few terrifying stories today.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody want to call him with some PG shit?
Yeah. You got a happy story?
Normal things. Happy.
You want to just come and say what's up? Like we can talk.
Say a
talk about our
happy,
feelings.
a happy cryptid story.
The number is 1-833-703-0424. You can even call about your theories. We've had a couple people give us their theories.
We did.
So don't be afraid. Fuck you. Give us a call.
Boom.
If you're sitting there going, fuck you, call us.
Just like that. Call us. Come on.
Somebody says in the chat, Dan, I'm calling you as a Navy man. Come drink with us in studio over here. What studio?
What studio are we talking about here?
It's in the chat. Hermes Auslander.
Oh, that's what podcast? That's
Scuttlebutt.
Oh, the Scuttlebutt
podcast.
Scuttlebutt.
Are they from Virginia or something? Or
I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. Dan can drink. Like I don't know if you know what you're getting into there, Hermes.
Dan doesn't.
I can drink. I just can't remember stuff.
Yeah, but he drinks.
Yeah.
Those eyes get a little slanty. And
yeah. Just keeps going.
Isonox starts flying out. Like
I know how to pace myself. I just know how to pace myself. I was in the Navy. I know shit goes. I've been blacked out in foreign countries many times.
I would be dead if that happened to me.
Every time in Hong Kong.
All right. We got another caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey, this is Noah.
Hey, Noah. How's it going, brother?
Hey, Noah. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I heard Andrew said that he wanted someone to call in for PG shit, so I decided to do that.
All right.
Man. Now we're talking.
So I was actually debating on whether even to call in tonight, and because I had done some research on this about a topic that is not favored in the community right now, but I looked up its origins, and I was kind of interested by what I found, so I need permission before I go ahead.
Well, you haven't given us anything.
Talk about it.
Yeah, what are you called?
What
do you mean?
It's the origins of the flat Earth.
The origins of the flat Earth.
Yes.
Lay it on us.
Sure,
buddy.
let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Give us the quick version.
Quick version is that there really may not be such an idea, an idea of the flat Earth theory, because so many different cultures at different times have had a diverse array of worldviews that there's no way to sum up a phase of flat Earth, or it's exclusive to the Western world. Like for example, the Babylonians kind of thought the Earth was more hollow, so it would provide space for the underworld. Or the Egyptians thought that the Earth instead of being a flat circle, it was more of a flat square with 4 corners and the mountains at the edges supporting the vault of the sky.
Okay.
But then as I kept reading it, I figured out that somewhere around 6th century BCE is when the idea of a flat Earth kind of began to fall out of favor, and in favor of the idea of a spherical Earth.
Yeah.
Which was at least more commonplace among the educated class, and that by 1st century BCE, it had become an uncontroversial truth. And now another thing I found out very quickly. Oh, but yeah. Yes.
I think we're all in agreement. Earth's round.
I know. I just didn't know if you knew. I
was just confused. Are you telling us something else?
Yep.
Oh, I was just about to get into the points of. Well, I just thought you'd be interested in knowing the origins.
Oh, like
I know.
Like we're like our modern culture. The idea of flat Earth is not the first time, is what you're saying. It's been around many times before.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, if you can't do any, like for so many years, you couldn't do any real scientific experiments to prove any spherical Earth. So people for thousands of years probably, I mean, there's so many stories probably of origin of like what the Earth is.
So are you trying to explain the origin of like the resurgence of the popularization,
new
like
flat
pop
Earth.
culture flat Earth? Is that where we're headed?
I was just trying to see if you guys are interested in wanting to learn more about it, if at all.
I would be a happy man if for the rest of my life I didn't hear the words flat and Earth put together again. To be honest, and that's not that. I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you.
That's fine.
I'm just so sick of. I was sick about it when we first heard about it. I was sick about it the second time we heard about it. I'm sick about it now.
Well, I just thought, I should I would just see if you guys were interested. Now I'm done.
I know your game. You're always wanting us to do a Flat Earth 3. It's not happening.
Yeah, you're trying to get us into a Flat Earth 3 here, Noah.
Anything we do would be inferior to Behind the Curve documentary. Like,
yeah. The second you say Flat Earth, my eyes start to roll into the back of my head, and I go to my happy place.
Oh well, at least I got y'all to laugh at my stupidity.
You tried.
Hey,
it was a college effort to get us to dedicate any time to Flat Earth.
Yep.
Which we absolutely will not do.
We done.
But hey, you tried.
All right. Well.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Thank you for that. All right. Have a nice night, everybody.
All right. Peace, Noah. No more Flat Earth.
I fucking hate Flat Earth.
I remember when we first started the podcast and like Flat Earth just came up and we were like, there's no way. And we brought those guys in the studio and we're like, oh shit, there's actually people.
Yeah, I had to sit beside them. It was terrifying.
If you want a good Flat Earth documentary, just watch that Behind the Curve. Like, this is the best one.
It's the best one.
Is that the one where they do like the $20,000 experiment and then they prove themselves?
They buy the laser GPS, like the 15 grand.
Not the guy that tried to shoot himself into fucking space, though, right?
No, not that guy.
No, not that guy.
Okay, because I don't want to watch that. That was
Mad. What was that, Mad Mike? Or
it's like they spent like 15 grand
Mike.
on a laser GPS, and they were like, "This is gonna prove that the Earth is flat, or at least it doesn't line up with modern theories of like rotation, spherical rotation stuff." Is pretty good.
And I'm assuming they were wrong.
Yeah,
good. That's good.
Pretty wrong. It's really funny.
You know what?
Like, it's like they somehow sourced that money. Like, it's just the fact that they managed to raise that money for that specific experiment. Somebody ponied up 15 grand, 10, 15 grand.
Well, they had a big crowdfunding campaign for it, didn't they?
It was like super accurate. Well, they said the guy who's setting up, I can't remember the personality's
name.
No
more! I don't want to talk about any more Flat Earth.
Watch, what's it called? Beyond the Curve?
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve.
And,
or don't.
Or don't.
It's good. It's actually really good.
I said enough. I said enough.
He's turning red. He's
no more.
Dude, you don't want to push your blood pressure too high. You don't want to push your blood pressure too high. COVID will pop back up.
buddy.
Yeah. You guys want me to die?
Waiting to boil over. Let's get another call here. Come on, let's go. There's a whole bunch of people watching. Someone call.
Fuck you. There's 46 people. Give us a call, 1-833-703-0424. Your theories, your stories, your questions. You want to know our takes on a certain theory. Fuck you. Give us a call.
You gotta swear at people when they call. Here they are. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Fuck you. Call me.
There you go.
It's the Burmeister. How you guys?
Burmeister. What's up,
Burmeister? Burmeister.
You dirty
Meister's
dog.
memes. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, Mr. Meme Man. I got a question for you. I know you guys were looking for content. You had that post asking, hey, what should we look into for future case files? And I had a personal story about the Paulding Light. I know I posted that in there. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into that. It's up in Michigan.
The which one? Sorry?
You ever heard of that?
Paulding Light?
It's called Paulding Light. Paulding.
Paulding Light. No, I haven't. Lay it on us.
It's up in Michigan. Basically, I know like different Discovery Channel and stuff have gone out there and tried to determine what it is. And the town it's this really small town, so they've kind of turned it into, if you look it up, it says tourist attraction. Obviously, they want to make money off of it. But still, I don't think anyone has really explained what it is. I know they're trying to think that it's like swamp gas and headlights from a highway like in the distance. But basically, it's this light that shows up. I believe it shows up every night, and it's just random times. And there's this old folklore that it's like an old train conductor lighting guy that got like pinned between two cars, and that's like his ghost. Obviously, that's the folklore. But when I was up that way, it's up in Michigan, like right at the border of Wisconsin and Michigan, by like Lake Superior area. And we went out there one night, and it's pretty creepy. Like all of a sudden the light shows up, and it looks like somebody is in the distance, kind of like holding a really bright flashlight or like a lantern. And then it's like they're making a circular motion with their arms. It's like a hula hoop. And then like another light will appear, and then they'll kind of change colors, and it'll go red and sometimes like green. So I don't buy the whole thing that it was headlights. I mean, like I saw it firsthand. We even walked all the way down like the path, and nothing was at the end. Like the closer you get to it, it just kind of disappears. But it's a pretty cool story. They've done a lot of like research about it, and I thought I'd bring that up as a topic because it's pretty sweet. I visited it, and it blew my mind. So I don't believe the swamp gas thing. So.
Well, dude, it's 100% Alan Rails, Ghost Train, fucking one of the Vindicators, for sure. Yeah, all right. And all aboard, motherfucker.
All right, Paulding, this is it. If you're watching the live stream. So there's a light in the distance, and I guess it's there every night, is what you're saying, and it looks like just a spotlight in the distance.
Possibly every night, but then like another light will appear, and it's almost like somebody's like, it's like Braden's got headphones on, and he's playing like a Daft Punk song and like doing little routines with like his arms, because it just starts moving around, and it's really awkward movements. Like it doesn't just stay there.
Like
weird.
It's very weird, but yeah, they basically turned it into like a folklore thing. There's other better videos of it too, and then like a lot of people walk straight down, and then once you get so close, it disappears. And for that to be out there, even when it's super cold out, like what asshole is going to keep up that that gimmick, out in like 0 degrees?
It's the long con.
Yeah,
right. And the highway that they're saying is like super far in the distance. But
I actually like that. I like that theory better. This is some guy who's like, he's ruined relationships. They're like, you don't have anywhere. It's your son's first baseball game. He's like, listen, I've committed to going out here every fucking night for the last 12 years, shaking this light around. I'm not stopping now.
Paulding Light.
That's amazing.
All right, we'll put it on the list.
I wonder if he still did it during COVID. Like maybe he had to take off because of COVID. So yeah. We'll see.
Quarantine ended his long
We're still doing
con.
the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there for you guys. Check it out. It's pretty cool.
All right, Paulding Light. We'll look into
hey guys,
it. Maybe
I hope you guys feel better too.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Sure.
We'll be back to 100% soon, hopefully.
It all depends on Patreon donations and listens on Spotify if you survive or not.
Or we just might die.
We'll see.
Hey, Zell,
we'll see how much people care.
Did you get sick after you got the vax?
I did not get sick after the vaccine. No.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you said on the show you were like scheduled to get the vaccination, and then all of a sudden you got COVID. So I didn't know if you got it yet or not.
Oh, I got the vaccine quite a while ago, like 6 weeks ago or something.
Yeah,
you must have got like
it's
the
waiting on
Walmart
second dose here.
No, it
oh, the
fully
second dose.
vaxxed.
Okay. Right on. I'll let you guys go. You probably got more callers. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Burmeister.
Right on, brother. Take care.
Later.
Bye.
You guys are beauty.
Beauty. Always,
Huge beauty.
always coming up with gold.
He's something.
Nah, he's a beauty.
All right, we got time for a couple more if people are itching.
Hey, you guys control this show, not us.
If the
Fuck
calls
you,
stop,
call us.
If the calls stop, the show stops. So
yeah,
we'll give it a couple minutes. If there's no calls, I mean, I probably should be sleeping right now anyway. So
yeah, dude,
Either sleeping or shitting in a bucket or,
shitting in a
spraying
bucket.
yourself
One
off
of
the
the two.
garden hose. You got 3 options, pal.
there's something I probably should be doing right now for my health that I'm not doing.
I can't wait for the fucking case file. Tomorrow, Zell's going to be into it more than any other case file. He's going to have all the research. He's going to be telling Dan shit.
Just sitting in here all day, just so bored.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Are you, like, I'm assuming, are you the only one clear in the Cheeks household then? Like, what's your deal?
Right?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The whole house is quarantined.
Fuck. Yeah. It almost was better though.
House Cheeks. House Cheeks is quarantined.
So you don't have to shit in a bucket. That's good.
No. I'm still first world.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
when's the next Cryptid Crushathon? We should definitely do another one. That was so much fun.
Crushathon 3.
You know what's
We
funny?
got to put the new lineup.
We had said for our fans who listen to on Patreon, listen to Cryptid Crushathons, Crushamania, what did we call it? Cryptomania?
Road to
Cryptomania.
Cryptomania.
Road to Cryptomania. We had told some people like, hey, if you can, these matches were very similar. If you can guess the matches, we'll give you a share. Someone messaged months and months later, messaged me on Discord and was like, hey man, I've been lining these up, trying to figure out, and I think I got it. And they had everyone except one.
That's pretty good.
The match,
which is pretty impressive. Like
Doesn't
that's
matter. You gotta get them all.
Yeah, gotta get them all, baby.
It's like Pokemon, bud. Gotta get them all.
But that's really impressive.
That's really
Which means he listens. Which means he listens. He cues it. He must cue up the match. He'll listen and kind of like be like, yeah, all right. Or he's big enough wrestling fan that he kind of knows what we're talking about when we're
because we used big matches more or less.
Yeah, we did.
Pretty big matches.
did. And honestly, the one he got wrong, he was close. He was in the ballpark of
just one character off.
One of the participants was the same, I think, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
It was just like another match.
Yeah. Don't want to do too much away, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyways, fuck you. Call us. It's Cosmic Channel. It's Sunday night. We've got like 3 more minutes. We want to take one more call. It's 1-833-703-0424. Just call us and fuck you. Call us.
Yeah, come on. Speaking of wrestling, you fucking ghosted me on my genius idea to decide the draft order for the fucking ATT Fantasy Football League.
I don't even remember that. If you messaged me, I was probably hallucinating with my COVID fever. So yes, I meant to ghost you.
Did you see it?
No, I have no idea.
I didn't see shit.
Okay, check this out. Okay, so we got to decide the draft order for our fantasy football league. What we're gonna do is on Braden's fucking Twitch, we're gonna live stream a CPU, like a CPU fucking Royal Rumble, and each person to get out until last man in the ring fucking wins first overall pick.
What do you mean?
So to get draft order, we're going to put the same amount of people in the ring, right? That are fucking in the fantasy football league. And it's just going to be the computer fighting each other. Oh. And as the first person gets tossed out, that's last pick. And then it goes down from there and everybody can watch live.
An actual wrestling video game.
Yeah.
Played by the computer. And then everyone just picks a character.
So hold on.
Yeah,
the only thing is that
right.
I have to make, how many teams are there?
Yeah, it depends. I would imagine we'll probably, depending on how popular it is, I bet you we'll have between like between 12 and 8 teams.
All right, we'll get back to it. We got another caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
How we doing?
Doing good.
Ooh,
what's your name?
Voice.
Where you calling from?
Name's Austin. I'm from Minnesota. I've got a bit of a UFO story for y'all.
Hey, thanks, Austin.
Fuck
Let's
yes.
hear it.
Y'all can hear me all right?
Yep, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, it starts back when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. You know, there's a lot of people who talk about, you know, things in the past and they can remember them. I mean, it was pretty significant. I remember, you know, typical 7, 8 year old, you know, going to get chocolate milk. It was probably about 1 a.m. in the morning. Just going to make a chocolate milk for myself. And I remember looking out my window and specifically, like, so I live in a farm and we have this, you know, like a light out by a pump house. And I can remember seeing three lights perfectly over our pine trees in our yard. And I was just looking at it and I can remember I was just like, I don't know what that is, but, you know, I just ignored it. It wasn't a big deal to me. So I went downstairs, made some chocolate. I came upstairs and, you know, it was gone. And then, I mean, so that's just the start of it. You know, I had a few more times where I kind of looked out the window and saw something. And, you know, I'm always more the devil's advocate. You know, I don't really, you know, I don't particularly believe in this stuff, but, you know, and then there was one time when I was older. I think I was probably about 13 years old. And I remember I was still in a room. Me and my brother shared a room, and there was this light. And so we have a long driveway, and you can see when people come up the road, you can see, you know, the headlights through the window from where I was at. But there was this blue light that shone through the window, and I immediately just started shaking. Like I didn't know what to do. I couldn't move. I was just shaking. And then I didn't remember anything after that. I haven't told anybody. Like, the only people who know about this, like, it's just my girlfriend, because that's the only person I've been comfortable talking to about it. She's like, you know, you should go to blah, blah, blah regression therapy. I'm like, I don't think it was that serious. I think it was just kind of something that happened, and I'm not a big believer in that either, but
right.
Just a freaky experience that happened. So I don't know. It's kind of stuck with me all this time too. So that's why I think it's a little more significant. Otherwise, I would have just forgot about it by now. But it's nothing like I've ever experienced in my life.
No kidding. Yeah. Anything that sticks with you like that, obviously, that's impactful, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, like I'm not a huge believer. Like I'm more, if I see it, I'll believe it. But I'm not gonna, you know, listen to some dude on Reddit says about UFOs. Like I don't care. Like,
yeah,
you know. So I don't know. But it's stuck
seen
with
something.
me. So
I wonder,
yeah,
like, after immediately following that blue light, did you, like, just right after start sounding exactly like Barry White? Is that?
I don't know. But I remember I just started shaking. Like it's something that I was scared of, like I had experienced before. So that's why I wonder. And I mean, like I said with the chocolate milk thing, like I was like 6 or 7. So if something would have happened then, I mean, they had free will with me. Like I clearly don't remember it.
Right.
So maybe they brought my chocolate milk on board and they're like, all right, just make sure it's cold for him so he doesn't remember it.
Bubble that up for this guy. Send him back.
Yeah.
Now,
all right.
No, I see it. No, before
That's
you.
all I got.
Yeah, before you go, like what? I know you say you don't really believe in this stuff, but what do you think about this experience? Did it change your mind a little bit, or are you still pretty skeptical, or what do you think?
Oh, it changed 100%. I'm absolutely, you know, obsessed. Like, if I wasn't, you know, if I didn't play so much college football and all these brain stuff, then I would definitely pursue a career in space or something like that, like astrology. But I don't, you know, I'm obsessed with it now. I love conspiracy theories. I love to think about it. So yeah, you guys kind of brought in, you know, I don't know.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun though.
It's fun to theorize about that stuff. Hey, and I know there's one profession I don't know if you know you should do. You got a career in voiceover acting. I'll tell you something.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've thought, but I've heard it's a pretty hard career to get into. So
hey, or podcasting or something. The voice is there. You got it.
Yeah,
that's 95%.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I appreciate the podcast, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, man, thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. We appreciate that.
Of course. It was just.
All right, man.
Take care.
Keep on keeping on.
Cool UFOs.
I don't even want to talk anymore. I feel like we all sound like this now.
Me too.
Compared to that.
Dude, honestly, that guy could go to any voice acting job. Any voice acting job, just show up, read the script, and he'd be like, you're hired.
We should have all, as he came on, we should have all started talking a little deeper by ourselves.
No, we were going. That was a grown man talking to children.
Talking to a bunch of prepubescent boys.
Yeah. Hey, man, thanks for calling. Yeah. What can we do for you?
Yeah, we got another caller here. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
All right, did I get through, boys?
You did.
Yes, you did,
sir.
All right, fuck you guys. Damn, we already know what's happening. What's going on with the C story? And why don't you like true crime?
Oh, the question for Dan.
Yeah, explain that. I want to know because I love it.
I know what. I'm gonna sum this up for Dan because I know Dan. I know how Dan feels. There's real people involved, real people, real feelings,
but they're dead.
And Dan would just rather not. There's nothing magical. There's nothing spooky. There's nothing, like that. There's just someone who did something fucking fucked up to another person. And Dan doesn't like talking about that. Pretty close, Dan?
Pretty close.
Hmm?
There's a little bit more to it than that, but
no, there's not.
Buzzkill.
There is. I personally find it. I have nothing against people who like true crime. That's fine. I understand the appeal of it. I don't personally enjoy it because I find it macabre. Like like Braden said, yes, like these are real people, not just and Zell said they are dead, but it's not those people. It's the other people who are still alive who survived.
That was me.
Those people who are still there. And some of these people are involved or they're having accusations flung their way or suspicions cast upon them, which may not necessarily be true at all. And a lot of the time when you get true crime documentaries and things like this, most documentaries are trying to sell you on a narrative. Most of them are. And then they kind of put out there, like, to the best of their knowledge, like, this is who it did it. And they try to sell you on that.
Well,
and I don't
listen,
like that.
I will not have you besmirch the good name of internet sleuths on this podcast, Dan.
Yeah. And that's also another thing is, like, a lot of the times we don't have access to all of the information. So I don't like drawing conclusions or I like to be able to have access to at least a majority of the information that's out there.
If it's stuff we talk about, we have no idea what we're talking about.
But no, if it's a topic that has to do with something like that, like death or murder, I would like to have a little bit more insight into it than just like what people say or what people have.
You don't want to perpetuate a fucking false narrative, especially if you have a show that commands an audience. There'd be nothing worse than you're like, it was the mom, and then like it comes out that you're like the mom wasn't even there. There was no fucking chance. She was there. It wasn't her. And now you have all your fans saying it was this person's mom, whatever, who you pointed the finger at. And it's like, because people listen to this stuff and they sometimes, especially with that kind of stuff, people think that these people are experts that they're listening to, and they're not. Just like we're not
an expert in anything we talk about ever.
We're not.
So let's make that very clear abundantly.
You know, we could say we're experts in aliens and conspiracies. We're pretty up there now. That we're
alien theorists. I mean,
but we don't do any of our own we're reading stuff that other people are giving to us. None of us go boots on the ground and do our own research.
We're experts in the that we know a lot about it.
We're
more so than most people.
We're mile wide, inch deep in our knowledge of alien theories.
Yes. Yeah.
A little bit about all of them.
Yeah. That makes sense. I wish I had a snappy comeback, but I'm far too out of it to come up with anything. But I like it, Dad. You got to. I don't know. Do you want to share a PG C story then, so that we can keep the good name of the Navy alive? And that was a real threat, by the way. You can come, and I know that we're in the same area. We can do this offline, but I know we're in the same area. I'm challenging you to whiskey or beer or any of the above, and we'll see if that Civ Div has softened you up a little bit.
Let's see, PG story. I mean, there's not. We were in Australia, and we were doing a couple of bar hopping and stuff, and then we got to one bar and I got up to the what's it called?
The bar?
The bar?
Yeah, the bar. Thank you. I got up to the bar and I was about to order a drink and the bouncer comes over and says, "Hey, you're too drunk to be in here." And I said, "Oh, okay." Like walked out. And then I decided, well, I'm not too drunk to be in. I walked out.
They say that to me at every bar.
I know. And I said, well, once I got out there, I realized, well, I'm not too drunk to go back in. I definitely was. And I walked back in there, and then the guy's like I walked back up, exact same location, like at the bar, like same spot I was in. Guy comes back, and like I guess he did his round. He comes back and he puts his hand on his shoulder. He's like, "Hey, didn't I just throw you out?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you did." And then I walked back out. And then I went on to proceed to get more drunk on the rest there. And I made it back to the ship. And I don't remember making it back to the ship. I just woke up in my bunk the next day. And don't know how I got there. So
beautiful, Dan. Keep it the legacy alive. I love it. All right. Well, I'm not going to take up too much of the time. I got called out in chat, so I was calling you guys out. But appreciate how you guys... like I said, I'm a little too blasted to continue the conversation. But Zell, Andrew, Braden, Dan, cheers, boys.
Hey, thanks, man.
Take care, brother.
Appreciate
Take care.
Right. All right. I mean, we're going to give someone 15 seconds for a last call or we're out.
Yeah. Fuck you, we're out of here.
Fuck you, we're out of here. Fuck you, we got COVID.
Fuck you, 15 seconds.
Fuck you, we got COVID. We got to go take care of ourselves.
Gotta go lay down.
Zell's got to go poop in a bag.
Dude, I'm sitting on a leather chair and I'm sweating profusely right now. It's disgusting.
Gotta go shower at the hose.
I gotta go
rinse off at the hose.
I gotta go for a second hose shower of the day. That's all
It
right.
shits in the bucket or it gets the hose again.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. And the thing about
right.
my garage is so full of stuff that it's just like all my stuff and there's just enough room for the bucket. Like there's like weasel in there. All right, no, we're done. We're done Cosmic
right.
Channels. We're fucking out. All right, we'll see you tomorrow for case file 197, I believe.
Thanks for calling.
Peace. Cosmic Channels is brought to you by Big Theory Productions. The Cosmic Channels are now closed.